All right, it's Jay today and Gwen tomorrow. We're back with another adventure. So currently we're here in Lakeshore National Park at Miners Castle. You'll have to check that video out. I went to the upper overlook and the lower overlook. Phenomenal seeing how blue Lake Superior is. Wish it wasn't raining, but I can't control those elements. Still pretty spectacular to see it. But anyway, so we're gonna make our way back to Green Bay now, and I figured I'd turn the camera on and bring you guys along. It's currently 46 degrees. It's 3:22 p.m. and again, making our way back home. So got a little bit of ways to go, and bear with me for a second. So 1 second. My car's weird sometimes, so one second. Here we go. All right, so let's make our way on home now. So we have almost 200 miles to go, 6:34, but let me make sure this is actually taking me home and not some random place that I have no idea where the heck I'm going. So far, so good. This is taking me home. So there's a new thing on Waze, which I think is kind of cool. I didn't know that was actually a thing that you could use, but basically it has a home on there, and I pushed it and I'm like, well, I hope that's taking me home. And then I went and looked at it, and it is taking me home, which is kind of nice, because I won't be getting home till about 6:34, about 3 hours and 10 minutes or 183 miles to go. So yeah, should be a nice little drive. Wish it wasn't raining, but I can't control that. Yeah. Definitely during the summertime we'll have to come back up here and do some exploring, especially Miners Falls, or Miner Falls, or whatever it's called. That'd be kind of cool to actually see. But yeah, definitely a cool place. funny thing is I've been trying to avoid coming up here when it was raining a lot. Like, I wanted to come up here a couple months back. When I looked at the weather, like, it was raining, or there was a high chance, a high amount saying that it was like it was gonna rain, like a high percentage. When I looked at it last night, it was like a 5% chance that it was gonna rain. I looked at it again this morning, a 19% chance of rain, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna drive up there. You know, worst case scenario, I don't get to see a whole lot. Best case scenario, it doesn't rain. So, I honestly, yes, I mean, you weren't able to see a whole lot because of the fog and the rain, but I made it up here and I got to see 3 waterfalls that I wouldn't have seen otherwise. And I got to go to Miners Castle, which was kind of cool. So again, I'll be coming back up here when it's obviously during the summertime. Hopefully there'll be a time that we can pick that it won't be raining or something like that, because it definitely would be nice to actually be up here you know, when it's nice out, and maybe by then, you know, maybe the fish will be closer to the shore. You know, I didn't see any fish out there, but that's not saying that they're there. Again, the water was moving. It creates the ripples, and you know, again, they could have been there, but I didn't see any. So pothole back there. So it's currently 3:29. It's 2:29 in Wisconsin. So again, we're an hour ahead. So yeah. I just know we got plenty of time that we will be on the road. So we are going off to the right. Yep, just a dreary day. Just thinking that because we'll be going back an hour, right now it's 3:32, I might make it back home around 6. Right now the GPS is saying 6:33, but I don't see why I can't make it back by 6, because we're gonna lose an hour once we get closer, once we get on the other side of Escanaba. I don't know where at. I think around Cedarsville or something like that. We lose an hour, so, which is good, because I want to go back anyway. Like, instead of add, like, that hour really throws off everything when you come up here. So, but I'm pretty sure again that this will probably be the last time this year that I'll be up in this area, for the last time in 2024 that I'll be visiting this area of the country, especially the upper Michigan, because once it starts to snow, I won't be coming up this way, not this year. Trying to avoid doing that, just because it's, again, I mentioned in another video, I'm not a big fan of the snow, and there'll be plenty other videos for that. So, but yeah, so definitely be cool one of these days to maybe do like one of those tours where they ride along the Pictured Rocks or whatever. That would be kind of cool to actually see. Got some deer leaping across the road. So that hotel back there, like, it literally looks like it's closed up for the, you know, for the winter time. And I could be wrong, but it's like, what the heck? You know, that is so weird. Seeing that it's like, it's a hotel, and it's a name brand hotel at that too, that's closed up for the year, or for the season. I mean, unless that all the employees are parking in the back, but there's literally nobody out front. So it's kind of weird if that's the case. So kind of interesting. looks like this roundabout, I'll be going to the left. And a river. So, I didn't realize this until just now. So let me go up here. There's a freaking waterfall off the side of the road, and it's called Elger Falls. Look at that. I don't know if that's gonna, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll get out of the car because I don't know if you guys are able to see that. I had no idea that that was right there off the side of the road. I was getting ready to turn and I looked over here and I'm like, you are kidding me. Look at this. Gorgeous waterfall right here. Right off the side of the road. In the UP of Michigan. That is pretty cool. That is pretty awesome. So all right, let's go home. Home, home, home. All right. That was pretty cool. So was that, that was 4 waterfalls today that I got to see. Oh, that's awesome. That's another cool waterfall if you get a chance to see that one. 270 miles to go, or 2 hours and 51 minutes. Not bad. 49 degrees. Pretty good day. Pretty good day. So we have 13 miles before we hit M67. So I stopped the car because that's an eagle right there. My first time actually seeing one that I know is an eagle, and he's right above me here in Michigan. I'm not even sure where the heck we are, but that was cool. So very stoked to see that eagle up there. Gosh, that is so awesome. Finally can say I actually caught an eagle on camera, and it was actually sitting still where it wasn't flying or whatever. Pretty cool. Alright, so I backtracked probably about I don't know, 1,000 feet, maybe a quarter mile, to a pine tree where he was in, that eagle was in. And I was trying to look at him, or try to find him in that pine tree. However, he was up top, kind of hiding up there. And I got out of the car and kind of lost the chance, and he took off out into the woods somewhere. So, but I got photos. I wasn't able to really get a video. I was wanting to get a video, but still kind of cool seeing them. So again, they seem very, to me, an eagle just, like, I can never, like, I get them occasionally, but like to actually have one just sit still, like it just doesn't happen. So like I said, I was able to get photos of them sitting up there, but only video I got was what was on the GoPro, and I mean, I don't even know if you could actually see it, but I was like, darn it. I wanted to get another, I was gonna do like a short or something, you know, and zoom in a little bit more so you guys could tell, but he wasn't having it, so, or she wasn't having it, and again took off. So then I feel like I'm not going to chase an eagle around, going from tree to tree. Plus it kind of went off towards the left somewhere in the back. So, but it was cool seeing it. As soon as I like drove by, I'm like, that was an eagle. You know, so kind of cool. Now I got to make up time, so kind of cool seeing that. That is a pretty big house. There's gonna be a pretty big house, or whatever the heck it's gonna be. right, coming into Gladstone. What I like to, I feel like Gladstone's kind of like the twin city of Escanaba. But I'm pretty sure there's a couple miles that separate them. But to me, every time I'm up here, I'm thinking, oh, Gladstone and Escanaba. So, somebody's got themselves a new Tesla. One of these days we'll have to try the saloon pizza, burgers and something. That's supposed to be a pretty good restaurant here in Escanaba. One of these days. One of these days, yeah, one of these days. Oh, and there's a train off to the right. It looks like there's another train coming this way. Is there two tracks there? Maybe that's just a car way out there. It was a train going this way. The engine is facing this way. The back, or well, yeah. So that was the light of it. Interesting. got a river, and then on the other side of the river, I believe it's going to be Escanaba. Escanaba, yeah. Currently in Escanaba now. Currently 454, but I believe like 20 miles outside or a little less than that, you switch the time zone back to Central time zone. So currently we're in Eastern. We'll go back an hour to Central, and then it'd be 3:55, but currently it's 4:55 right now. Or 35 miles per hour. 35 degrees, 35 miles an hour, it's all the same. See you later, Ronald. He's up there on top of the roof back there on McDonald's. That's a statue that he's sitting down up there. Currently 50 degrees here too right now. All right, time to get going. Escanaba now and riding the coastline to Menominee. Of course, for 50 miles. Currently 5:02. Little cool jet. how dark it's already getting, and here shortly I'll be crossing it back into Central Time Zone, and it'll be 4:04 instead of 5:04. But I guess it's been getting dark at 4 now, which kind of sucks during the winter time. Don't get much daylight. Want to say that last year at this time, if I was up here, it was snowing. But I don't remember the first time I came up here, and I think that would have been to Marquette, Michigan, but I don't remember. Oh wow, we have some pretty cool sunset going on over here. Maybe we'll catch it when we start going around the bay. I hope there's an opening. Because it does look pretty cool. It's very orange off over there to the right. And there should be an opening. I don't know why I was thinking that there wouldn't be, but I do a lot of following the GPS. So, like, yeah. Not that that's an excuse, but yeah. So we must have crossed back into Central Time Zone because my phone is saying 4:07 now. However, the car is saying 5:07, but I didn't see any sign. Usually there'd be a sign, and I don't recall seeing a sign. So who knows? Who knows? But look at that view, the orange sky over there. Pretty cool. Road. large sky. Wow. I hope we get some good views up here. Look at that view. The view over to the right is looking so cool. In front of us too, for that matter. It's like the sky's on fire over there to the right. Look at this pink sky. This is so cool. got a buck there that decided to go across the road. Man, that was scary. Holy cow. The car behind me actually went off in a ditch kind of thing. But I'm not hitting no buck. There's no way. This car would be totaled if that happened. Considering it's made of plastic and aluminum. I don't know if that was a 6-pointer or a 4-point buck, but he wanted to cross the road and he had the opportunity to. This is why I don't like driving at nighttime too. So like I try to get done with everything and then get home while it's light out and you can still see, because I can't tell you how many times I've had deer run out in front of me at night. And like that situation back there could have been way worse if I didn't see him. I actually saw him coming up. However, I thought he was going to stay in the ditch and go, but he wanted to go across, so. Still got a pink horizon, which is really cool. So I know that it's probably going to open up over to the left and not to the right where we would actually be able to see it, but kind of get what you get, you know. If it wasn't getting dark, like too dark, I would gladly pull over and fly my drone up to get some good aerial video, but after having that deer run out like that, I'm ready to go home. I just not a fan of that, you know. And then again, this time of year they're out there, and I believe it's like, is it bull hunting season right now? And they may be rutting, if that's my understanding, but I'm not a deer hunter, so I don't know. More miles, or an hour and 29 minutes. Currently 421 to 49 degrees. And I thought I'd see a sign somewhere that said we're turning back at it, or now entering Central Time Zone, but I didn't see it, and I don't know where the point is. I just saw that my phone was updated already, however the car wasn't. So now the car is. So you got the sun reflecting this, like where the orange sky is reflecting on Lake Michigan here, which is pretty cool. That's the reason why I turned the camera back on, but it was taking too long for me. I was going through the modes, and now I may have missed it, but maybe there's some spots up here that we'll be able to see. It looks pretty cool. Hopefully we get another spot where, again, Lake Michigan's over here off to the left-hand side, and then you got the reflection of the sun, or the sunset, like right on the water, which is pretty cool. And we're about 10 miles from Menominee, Michigan. Give us an open spot so we can see that cool water. good spot. It looks so cool. So awesome. I think this is a spot maybe where it opens up a little bit. Yes, it is. It is. Look at that view where you're getting kind of the reflection of the night sky on Lake Michigan right now. Talk about cool. Oh, look at it's all orange. That is so cool. Wow. That is just breathtaking. That is so cool seeing that. Wow. That is cool. That is so cool seeing that. And again, that's all Lake Michigan over there to the left. That is so cool. less than 3 miles before we hit Menominee. We're actually on the northern part of Menominee right now. It's not bright no more, so that was pretty cool seeing that though. Thinking about taking a picture and doing a little short, but obviously now that it's faded away or whatever, it doesn't even pay now. So still pretty cool though. Miles an hour. And we are in Menominee. Smells like gas over here, and I imagine it's that gas station back there, but I'm not 100% sure. $4.53 right now. are they still open? So I'm gonna swing in here real quick because this place is still open. This is awesome. I didn't realize they would be open. Thought it'd be too late for them. All right, so one of these days I will film the pasties. That place right there, this place here in Menominee, like has some of the better pasties, but I've been to a couple other places too, and I feel like the further you go north here in the UP, the better the pasties get. Like we had some from Wakefield, I believe it was Wakefield or Wakeville, right outside the Porcupine Mountains, which were phenomenal. So I guess we'll see. I bought some from up in was it, I'm gonna slaughter the name, and I know I can't think, but Munson. So yeah, anyway, so Munson I bought some. I know I'm slaughtering the name, but that's what's coming to my mind right now. I bought 2 from up there, and we've never been up there, never had those ones before, so I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what those taste like. But the ones that I got from there now at the place that I just was at or whatever, I've never gotten those kinds before, so we'll see what they taste like. So got 2. Actually, I have gotten ham and cheese before. I've never got the pizza ones before. Now look at this coming into Wisconsin. Look at how orange it is. That is cool. Once we cross the bridge, welcome to Wisconsin, and we'll be in Marinette.
Welcome to Wisconsin.
We are now in Wisconsin. It's 5:05, 50 degrees. And got about 55 miles to go, or 51 minutes. So just under an hour. Gonna make a pit stop. I mean, this place is just nuts. I don't think I've seen a Quick Trip this packed. Next stop, home. Come on, light. There's nobody there. Oh, there's one car. It's 5:25 here on a Friday night, 51 degrees. And for being like almost mid-November, actually it is mid-November, like for it to be 51 degrees right now here, like this is kind of unheard of. Like usually it would be nice and cold, there would already be a snowpack. I would suspect there'd be snow on the ground. And yeah, a lot of people out. $265. I think I pumped up at 309 earlier, if I remember correctly.
Alright, so we made it to Green Bay now. It is currently 45 degrees out. It is about 6:08 p.m. And I am glad to be back home, almost. Glad to be home. Considering that it only takes about 3 hours to get up there, the whole trip overall to go where I was at today was about 12 hours. There'll be lots of videos. Visit quite a bit of waterfalls. You'll have to stay tuned to watch those videos. But yeah, I mean, it was just, I mean, it's 3 hours to go up there, 3 hours to get back, and then you start doing other stuff, and then it dwindles away at our time. And then, like I said, I didn't leave this morning until about 6:30. And like I said, currently it's about it's 6:08, but I'll be home at 6:13. So it's just kind of funny. I'm like, wow, like I can't believe that it almost took 12 hours on roughly a no more than 8-hour trip. But yeah, and you got to keep in mind that we gain an hour and then we lose an hour because you're crossing into Eastern Standard Time Zone. So yeah, that was interesting. But it was fun. Alright guys, if you like this kind of content, please feel free to subscribe, like, share, and follow. And with that, I'll catch you on the next adventures here, there, and everywhere. Talk to you later. Bye!